Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn the basics of Git and GitHub. Git is an important tool that helps to maintain the versioning of your application, and GitHub is a platform that helps to store your code and share with your team members so that you can work with them. In this video, you are going to learn the basics of Git and GitHub so that you can quickly get started with it. Now, before we begin, please visit gitscm.com and download Git. Here you can download for Windows and Mac. Now, once you're done with the download, let's go to the VS Code. You can see here I've created an e-commerce folder. Here I'm just going to create an index.html file. Okay, done with the file creation. Now, consider a scenario where you're working with a team member and your goal is to create an e-commerce application. Your entire team goal is to create an e-commerce application, and your team member has given you the responsibility to create the navigation bar of the e-commerce website. So let's quickly get started and create a quick navigation bar here. So I've created a template of HTML using Emmet extension. Now in the title I'm going to write e-commerce, since we are creating an e-commerce website. Now let's get started with the navigation bar. So here I'm going to create a navbar. Here I'm going to use Emmet shortcut again. So I've created 5 li list items inside the UL. Here it is going to be home, male means male products, and here it is going to be female, other accessories, and the last one is going to be login. So we are done with the navigation bar. Now you have completed the task whatever it was assigned to you by the team member, that is to create the navigation bar. Now you need to share this navigation bar with your other team member so that they can see this code base, they can understand it, they can verify and review it, and then they can continue with this existing code base. So how are we going to do that? So in order to do that, we are going to use Git and GitHub. Again, I told you Git is used for tracking the versioning of your application, and GitHub helps to share the code and work with the team member. So we need to first add all our code into the Git. And how do we add it? It's very simple. I'm going to show you right away. So before I begin with the process, I want you to check this folder out here, this e-commerce folder. And you can see here inside this e-commerce folder, we just have one index HTML file. Okay, so once you are done with this, go to your folder, right click and open the Git bash. I believe you have downloaded the Git bash. Now in order to add your code in the Git, first you need to initialize your project inside the Git. And how to initialize? It's just one line of command, that is git init. Once you run this command, you will see initialized empty Git repository. That means your code base is being initialized into the Git. And once it is being initialized, inside this e-commerce folder, you can see there is .git folder. That means your code base is being initialized. Now after initialized, the next thing is you need to add your code inside the Git. And how you're going to add it? You're going to add it using git space add space dot and hit enter. So once you hit this command, your entire code here, this code gets added inside the Git. And how can we verify whether the code is being added inside the Git or not? That's very simple. You just need to run one command, that is git status. Once you run this command, you can see here changes to be committed, new file index.html. So this green color written here, new file index.html, it symbolizes that your index.html file is being added inside the Git. We can test this out by creating one more file. So here again inside the e-commerce, I'm going to create style.css file, and let me write some awesome CSS here. Okay, so I've created a file and I've written some lines of code out here. You can believe that I've written some line of code out there. Now we can verify whether that style.css file is added inside the Git or not. And in order to verify, we can do git status. and here you can see index.html is in green. That means index.html file is being added inside the Git. But this style.css file is in red, and here it is written untracked file. That means this style.css file is not being added inside the Git. So now let's add style.css file inside the Git. And how to do that? Yes, you already know it. It's git space dot space add space dot. That's all. Now let's verify it again by running git status, and you can see now both the file are in green line. That means both the file are added inside the Git. Now, once you have added your code inside the Git, the next thing you need to do is you need to save your code inside the Git. And how to save your code is using Git Commit Command. And why do we need to save it? Because we want to save the progress of our code. So here we can see we have made some progress with our code base. We have created our navigation bar, and now we need to save this progress. Otherwise, if we don't save it, we are going to lose the track of it. So in order to maintain the track of it, we need to save the progress using commit. You can understand this by considering a video game scenario. So let's say you are playing a video game for an hour long. You have completed some levels out there, so you have made some progress. Now you want to quit that game for a while, and then you want to re-continue after an hour or two. That means when you continue it, you want to start from that level where you have left it, right? Let's say it's level 5 or level 6, and you want to continue from that certain level. You don't want to restart your entire game. That means you need to save your progress. So similarly, we need to save the progress of our Git also, or the code base. And how to save that progress? So in order to save that progress, we need to run git commit command. So here I'm going to write git commit dash m stands for the message. What message we want to write for this progress? So since we have completed a navigation bar, so the message is going to be navigation completed. Okay. So once I'm done with the message, I'm going to hit the enter. So by running git commit, our progress is being saved. Here you can see index.html and style.css. So all the progress that we have made in this folder is being tracked and saved using git commit command. Now once you have added your code inside the Git, you have saved the progress, you are tracking it. The next goal is to share this code base with your team members so that they can review it and they can continue further. And how can we share it? Yes, we can share it using GitHub. So let's go to the browser, and you need to visit this github.com website. And I request you to create an account. I have already created an account. Once you create your account here, you need to come here and click this plus symbol, and you need to click on new repository. Once you click here, you will be redirected to a page. Here it is asking to enter the name of your project or the repository name. Since we are working on e-commerce application, so I'm going to write it e-commerce here. And it is asking you whether you want to make your repo or your project private or public. I'm making it public so that everyone can see and access it. Now once that is done, you need to hit this create repository button. Now once you hit this button, your new repository is created inside the GitHub. Now you have created your new repo inside your GitHub account, but your GitHub repo is not connected with your code base. You need to connect your code base, this entire code base, with this GitHub repo. And how do we connect it? It's using a command called git add origin. And after writing git add origin, you need to copy the URL of your repository. Here I'm copying my URL. Once you copy your URL, you need to paste it out here, and you need to hit the enter. Okay, I'm sorry, we got an error. The actual command is git remote add origin. It's not git add origin. So you need to write git remote add origin, and then you need to paste the URL of your repository. Now hit enter. Now after that, your code base, the code which is in your local system or your local machine, that project is being connected to your remote repository which you have created inside the GitHub. And once the connection is being established, the next step is simply to upload your code base inside this GitHub repository. And how to upload it? That's simple, using git push origin master command. Now hit enter. Once you do it, your entire code base gets uploaded inside the GitHub repository. And you can see the code is being uploaded to github.com/rajesh/ecommerce git. Now we can come to this web page and I'm going to reload it here. As you can see, we have received our code base. It is being uploaded inside the GitHub. Now I can open my index.html file and I can see my navigation bar. I can go back and I can see my style.css file also and see I've written a comment, some awesome CSS. And you can also see the commit message which I have written over here, that is navigation completed. Okay, that's cool. Now you have got another task from your team member, that is you need to add product card inside your e-commerce application. So after adding that product card, you can display different products into your e-commerce website. So let's come to our local code base and create a new product card. So let's do it. I'm going to write div here and the class is going to be card. And I'm going to create another div that is going to be cart title, and here I'm going to write the product title. Okay, so I'm just creating a dummy card here so that I can give you a real life scenario. The next thing is going to be card body, and here it is going to be an image tag. Okay, so we have created our card. Now we have completed our second task as well. Now we need to again upload this updated code base inside the Git and GitHub. And how do we do that? First, we need to add our updated code base inside the Git. And first, before doing that, we can check the status of our code using git status command. So let's do it. And we can see here our index.html file is being modified. Do you remember earlier we have saved our code base using Git Commit Command? I told you the Git Commit Command helps to save the progress of our code base, and we have saved our progress after completing the navigation bar. Now we have updated our code base and we have added card into it. That means our progress is changed in our local file, but it is not changed in the Git because we haven't added any code and our progress was saved in the navigation bar using Git Commit Command. Now we need to add our updated code inside the Git. And how to do that? That's simple, using git add command. Git space add space and dot, and users need to hit the enter. Once you do that, your updated code is being added inside the Git, and we can again verify using git status command. And you can see now it's in green color. That means it is being added inside the Git, but it is only added inside the Git. The progress is being not saved. I'm saying it again, the progress is being not saved inside the Git, it is just being added inside the Git. So in order to save the progress, we need to run git commit command, and we need to give a small message what progress we have made. Since we have added card, so I'm going to give the message as added card out here, and I'm just going to hit the enter. Once I hit the enter, you can see here 6 insertion, 1 file change. That means our new progress is being saved out here. Now once we are done with saving our progress, the next step is to share our code base with the team member. And how do we share it? Yes, using git push command. We are just going to write git push origin master. That's all. With this command, your saved code base is going to upload it inside the GitHub. Now let's visit GitHub and then let's refresh this web page. Now you can see inside index.html file we have added our code so that our message also changed to added card, which was our commit message. Now let's visit index.html file and we can see our card being stored out here. That's cool, right? Now let's just say your other team member wants to download this code base and then they want to continue from this progress. So how do they can do that? So they need to come to this code here and they just need to copy this URL out here. That's all. Now just consider this machine is your team member's machine. Now they just need to come here, open their Git terminal, and they just need to run this command, that is git clone, and then they need to paste the URL which they have copied, and then they just need to hit the enter button. Okay, here it is giving me an error because my e-commerce folder already exists out here, and that's what it is saying. So I'm just going to create a new folder, and then let's just say I'm going to write it here, updated e-commerce. That's all. Now you just consider this is your friend's local machine or your team member's local machine, and now what they are going to do is they are going to open their git bash out here, and then they are just going to run our git clone command, and they are just going to paste that URL which they have copied, and just need to hit the enter. Once they do it, you can see the entire project gets cloned out here. They can open this folder and you can see e-commerce folder, and inside this they can see the index.html file and style file. So this is how you can work with your team members in a collaborative manner using Git and GitHub. I hope you understood the basics of Git and GitHub, and now in the upcoming videos I'm going to dive deep inside the Git and GitHub. This was just a quick intro so that you can quickly get started with your Git and GitHub. I'll see you guys in the next video. Consider subscribing me. It motivates me to make more such content. Thank you.